How long ago did you decide to tear your pants like that? What is that?
I don't get laid like you do, so I got to take the pants off a little bit just to help the girls.
Do you actually think your kneecaps are attractive?
To be honest,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pillow Talk. I can't sing, but welcome to the show, babies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pillow Talk, your favorite podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Pownell. We're joined by Mr. Quickie at They Call Me Dark. And today, we have the most iconic superstar, the biggest rock star in history, multi-billionaire entrepreneur, the biggest legend ever. My dad, Tom Pownell, can't believe we're doing this. This is the fucking king of the world, Gene Simmons. Gene, welcome to the show.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. You're the best.
Thank you, everybody, for giving me the clap.
Oh, man. I think I have the clap right now, Gene, to be honest. I had sex with a...
You know, that's actually a famous story. There was once a kind of a metal band called Crocus, and the guys came from Europe, but the lead singer came from Malta. If you don't know where that is, that's off the coast of Africa, as a matter of fact. It's where Napoleon was sent to jail when he tried to become the emperor and stuff. At any rate, the gentleman had an accent, as most people do have, and I had one coming from Israel when I first came here. And on the first Crocus tour, the gentleman, Mr. Storace, is on record as having said after the first number, when everybody was appreciating the band, "Thank you, everybody, for giving me the clap." It's a famous story.
I believe it. Speaking of, he's had it multiple times. I think he's had it so many times, he's immune to it. So,
well, only one of the 3 times I knew I had it. The other ones were just symptomless.
I feel like you can self-type. But we're not here to talk about chlamydia. We're here to talk about the founder of what we love is our new favorite vodka, Moneybag Vodka. Congrats, Gene. We're wearing the hats right here.
Yes.
We love it. This is the vodka. We did a bunch of shots because we were nervous to interview you right before the show, and it's fucking delicious, Gene.
We're in the service industry. We're excited to sell this here in Ontario.
And we're alcoholics. So we drink this a lot. So, Gene, how do you come up with Moneybag? Obviously, you don't drink. Everyone knows that. And now you have your own vodka. Tell us about that.
Well, the story of this logo is in the 70s, before anybody on this show was born, actually. The band I'm in, Kiss, which happens to wear more makeup and higher heels than the females on the show. That's a statement of fact. That is actually true.
It is true.
We started, we all signed our autographs and whatever and put it on a live record called Alive. And there was a lot of, there were a lot of fans who wanted to buy those. So we made necklaces of our signatures. And at the time, I was signing my name, Gene, and then Simmons with the 2 slashes in the S, just because I'm
like
full
money.
of myself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so because of that, I trademarked my actual signature in about 1978. And years later, I started to use the trademark in all kinds of things. And then I was curious and wanted to find out if anybody had actually ever trademarked this logo. And the answer was no.
So wait, you own this logo, this famous $sign logo? That's Gene Simmons?
Excuse me?
Like you own this logo, the one that we see all the time, the $sign.
Yes, I do. At any rate, to get back to our forthcoming Moneybag Vodka, and by the way, you should all go to moneybagvodka.com for the short story, because I'm going to wax poetic and prolific. At any rate, what happened was I trademarked this 28 years ago. And some of the folks who are sitting in the room are probably not even that old. And that's okay. See, millennials and Gen X, once upon a time, there was paper and people would take writing utensils and draw on them. But that's another story.
Crazy. Times have changed.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
And so I started using the Moneybag logo for Simmons Records. And I used to have a magazine called Gene Simmons' Tongue, of course. What else?
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of other stuff, clothing, jewelry, and all that stuff, which, because it goes across interstate commerce, strengthens your trademark. So segue to a few years ago, I brought out a soda, Moneybag soda, which is currently available. If you go to retail shops, you'll find it.
Moneybag soda.
No, no fake sugar. It's, real stuff, no preservatives, no food coloring. It's really good stuff. Tastes great. And so I happened to meet a guy by the name of Michael Kimmel, the Kimmel family, as it happens.
Of course, from Toronto.
Right. They're Canadian boys.
Yes.
And so is Brandon.
And
Yes.
so is Shannon Tweed.
She is not only Canadian, she's a Newfie.
Oh, wow.
Love Newfies.
We love them.
Nicest people in the world.
Nicest people ever.
100%.
And that is, that Newfoundland didn't want to become part of Canada for a long time. Did you know that?
And Quebec is
You
still
know why?
trying not
It's
to.
because we're a bunch of fucking assholes, and they're all great human beings.
They are nice there,
They're
yeah.
so nice. They're so nice.
And the buildings are colorful and all that. So getting back to moneybagvodka.com.
Yes.
Moneybagvodka.com.
Yes.
Yeah. So those beautiful bottles in front of you, those are actually available in Canada, and they're 5 times distilled. And for those folks out there who like vodka, you won't find anything better
Seriously.
out there. It's
You know
the
what?
highest
Let's do a
quality.
shot right now.
We're going to do one with you.
do one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Good idea.
It's so good. And Gene, since
Good
you don't
idea.
drink, I'll tell you how it tastes in my
I
mouth.
do not. I do not. I also have a restaurant chain partner. I'm a partner in Rock and Brews, but I don't eat everything that's on the menu, and it ain't about that.
Yes.
True.
What it's about is everybody else. You're in the service industry, and so am I.
Oh, that's good.
And often it's good to use vodka, I'm told by people who know these things, in conjunction with your favorite mixer.
Yes.
Use it for something else. And then you get your buzz and schmuzz and everything else that people like about it. I mean, the short story is, if you're a chef and you don't like carrots personally, but if somebody walks up to you and says, make me a carrot souffle, your job is to make him the best carrot, whatever he wants, even though you
Absolutely.
personally don't eat him.
I hear you. So just
And
because you're
so,
not
no, I've
drinking
never
vodka
been-
every day doesn't mean that your fans don't love crushing vodka like us.
Hey, everybody, each to their own, and you should get. But whatever I do out there, I like to make sure it's not only as good as something that went before or the competition, but it buries them. You want to
It does.
don't do something unless it's extraordinary.
Yes.
But how did you?
Quality's got to be good.
How do you know it tastes good? You must have taken.
I'm sorry?
You must have taken one sip to make sure it's good. Just one little,
Well, we've already won awards across Canada for
Oh.
the bottle as it sits
Okay.
Yeah.
there,
So
as well as the taste. But the forthcoming bottle, which is going to be shaped like that, all glass with the $sign etched into the glass,
Oh,
is really
wow.
going to be a thing of beauty.
you know what? Brandon Merrick showed it to us. I don't know if he was allowed to yet, but it looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's going to be the nice, prettiest bottle.
Well, it gives the idea of what it's going to
in
be.
the LCBO, because Moneybag Vodka is in every LCBO and select stores across Canada. It is LCBO.
You'll never get rid of that bottle. If the only thing you do is to put a flower in it and put it on the table, it's just going to be a piece of art.
100%.
And that's the way we like to think about it. Kimmel family are, as well as Brandon, who works with me every other day about this, are part owners in the Penguins hockey team in America, as well as
Phil Kessel.
other. Yeah. But we connected on, hey, let's do something. Let's really put the pedal to the metal, really do something extraordinary. So anybody who drinks vodka will understand the quality of what Moneybag Vodka is.
And I think Phil Kessel drinks his vodka. You know what I mean? I think he does. But last question, just about the vodka before we move on to other stuff, is Gene. Everyone has been they tell me, please ask Gene, how is he the biggest rock star in history? You are. Everyone knows it. Biggest rock star in history.
Holy crap.
Well, who bigger? No one. So, anyways, your biggest rock star in history.
Have you heard the phrase silver-tongued devil?
I've heard Gene Simmons tug devil.
All right, settle down. You don't want to get your heart all riled up. Just settle down. Don't get excited.
Okay, fair. But my question is, Gene, how are you the biggest rock star in history and you didn't dabble like everyone else? A bit of booze, a little bit of drugs,
Yeah. Did you try and then realize you didn't like
Well,
it?
look,
Or
hey, you know what? If I'm understanding your question correctly, what you're saying is, how can you be in a band and do other stuff? Is that the short version.
More so, how did you tour the world with millions of fans and groupies with the biggest party life in the world and not?
Look, there's a lot of time we waste in doing nothing, and I don't like that. If a day goes by and I'm not doing anything, I feel useless.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a restaurant chain. I'm a partner in Alaska Cold Storage, the largest entity there, probably in North America of that type. Artificial intelligence company called Noble AI.
What?
Restaurant chains,
Insane.
real estate, art, a lot of stuff.
Hey, I heard you're the king of crypto now. You're crushing it. You predicted the Dow Jones, right?
There's no such thing as king. If you're interested in crypto, you should do your own research and make the right moves, because everything is volatile, including the stock market and anything. But I've done very, very well, and I have to thank a guy named Tyler Winklevoss. If you don't know,
Wait a second. The Winklevoss twins?
Yeah.
From Facebook?
Yes.
That's your boy? That's your boy?
That guy. Yeah. So Tyler was kind enough to put some time aside and take me through the bumps in the road. Hey, look, I've been down this thing. You should know that further down the road, there's a potential to have bumps here and there, and sort of the philosophy, because the world has never seen anything like cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin.
Yeah.
There are things like gas, which is not the same thing you stick into your car. There's something called HODL, which really means holding. It's just a misspelling, but the culture likes that sort of thing. So you just stepped into an alternate world, alternate reality, and you can't hold it in your hand until if and when you want to transfer it into American currency. Otherwise, it's like the cloud,
Yeah.
The cloud and virtual reality and the metaverse. You know what metaverse is, right?
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. So you can't quite put your hand on it, but you can actually buy property on the metaverse.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
It's insane.
Nothing's crazy. It's only crazy if one person does it and the rest of the world does not. And then everybody points to him and says, "You're nuts."
Yeah.
But until if and when everybody does it or recognize, that's what makes something crazy, not crazy.
It's true.
It's not crazy at all.
Not at all.
It's true. And if marketing genius Gene Simmons says it's cool, I'm putting all my money in, baby.
Yeah.
But I'm not worth $500 million like you, Gene Simmons. So I saw the Ethereum dip today.
Where did you get these billions of dollars numbers? Where did you get all that?
It's a website called celebritynetworth.com. I Googled you.
That's a good question.
And it said 400 million, but it was 2 years ago, and now you're making all this money with other stuff. So I'm gonna guess you're at 520 mil.
Yeah, it's got to be higher than what they say.
Yeah,
on the
they always
internet.
lowball, I think. So
Yeah.
How long ago did you decide to tear your pants like that? What is that?
You know what, Gene? I don't get laid like you do, so I got to take the pants off a little bit just to help the
Show
girls.
some
Do you actually think your kneecaps are attractive?
To be honest, we saw it on TikTok and we're just trying to follow suit,
You know what, Gene? You tell me how to dress because I'm about 4,500 girls away from 5,000. So you help me out.
We'll take all the advice you can give us.
I shouldn't talk. I'm the worst dresser in the world.
No, you're not. No, and you got to teach these girls how to do makeup, first of all.
Yeah.
Okay, they're very pretty. But
By the way, the rest of the people in the room are supposed to be quiet and don't ask questions and don't talk.
No, we pay them to laugh at our jokes.
Yes, in case we're not funny. But
yeah, just in
I
case.
think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
No, these are all the producers.
And why are you doing all the talking when the other male of the species is not?
Because we are very different. He does a lot of things that I don't, and that creates balance upon our show. So that's
Does that include farm animal?
Yes. I love mixing in a farm animal here and there, to be honest.
It makes them appreciate.
No. I meant grilling them. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I was thinking of something completely different, to be honest.
Oh, well, now that we're talking about girls, Gene, I mean, if I could ask you a couple questions.
It is a sex podcast.
It is. It's called Pillow Talk.
Yeah.
Moneybagvodka.com, best vodka in the world, by the way. Just by the way. But okay, Gene, 5,000 women, most in rock and roll, probably most in music. I think the most ever was Fidel Castro, believe it or not, but he was a dictator, so fuck him. And then we got Wilt Chamberlain, then we got Gene Simmons. Let's talk about that, Gene. What was that like? How do you must be on fire.
Ooh, what's that?
What's that, Gene? What's that?
Illuminati. Is that the Illuminati ring?
Or are you saying you're going to punch me in the
That
face?
is pretty much that. That is the ring that saves all of us at some point. because men are stupid and we make stupid decisions.
Yes,
it takes
we do.
us
Oh, it's a wedding.
a long time to grow up. And we all, because of the nature of our DNA and everything, make very stupid decisions when you're young.
Yes.
And we gorge ourselves. Describing a younger guy in my younger years, and I've been around a long time, is like, being on a diet but living in a bakery. You can smell it, you can taste it, and you gorge yourself on all kinds of things, and it means nothing. It is, my 20-year-old self would have told me today, what are you talking about? Just an old shut up, like get out in your wheelchair and get out of here. But with age comes wisdom. And I want to tell you that it takes a long time, and it took a long time for this arrogant, self-absorbed guy to understand that if you're lucky and blessed to meet a newfie girl like Shannon,
Yeah.
and I'm getting choked up here, if and when you're lucky enough to meet somebody like that, who gives you 2 kids, Nick and Sophie, who are both Canadian and American citizens,
Respect.
and who give me a hard time even when I talk potty talk. I'm not allowed to get away with it. They're better human beings than I will ever be. But it's only if you guys, you 2 knuckleheads, if you're lucky enough to meet somebody like Shannon, you'll understand how stupid you were in the earlier years. Because women are a higher life form. They are. We just say, shut up, just be beautiful and don't say much. No. You should listen to them. They know the important things in life. For one thing, they give life. All you guys do is poop.
Yeah.
No. They're much higher
So
level
true.
than you and I will ever be. So you see, let's give a round of applause to the females on the show
Yes,
right
absolutely. We
Yes.
love you.
I don't want to give
now.
them
No,
the
females don't have to clap.
Yeah, we're
You
doing
are
it for the
just
females.
female.
We're
This is
clapping
for
for
you.
you. Gene wants to give
Yeah.
you the clap. He's just said.
Yeah.
He wants to give you the clap.
Nice. Very nice.
I stole your joke, Gene.
Charming. Elegant. Well done.
I have a question for you, Gene. Do you think it would have been beneficial for you to meet your wife, your East Coast wife, earlier in your days, or do you think it just happened at the right moment?
Yeah, are you happy how it all
Like,
unfolded?
how did it all unfold, and do you think it would have been better if it happened earlier, or do you like it the way it is?
It's tough to talk about, the past, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
I think life happens to you while you're busy planning it, and you can't. We don't mature for a long time, right?
Right.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
we're 17
So
years behind women.
when women, girls, females, call it what you will, see us, they're not seeing the right thing. You see a guy and he's 6 feet and more, and he's got big shoulders and stuff, and a deep voice, and hair on his back and shoulders, God knows where else.
And the biggest rock star in
But you go,
history.
no, that's a man. That's a mature man. No, it's not. It's a 14-year-old horny kid
Yeah.
who has blood in his system, but not enough for 2 heads. When one of those heads gets engorged,
So
all
true.
reason goes out the window.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to him, and you're talking because you can control your emotions and stuff like that, we don't talk about emotions. You're talking to him and all he, not even listening to the words. We're just looking at you. Women understand some of that, which is why they wear makeup and heels and smell good and lift him and separate him and point him in your general direction because they know we're that simple. That's why the young lady next to you is showing a lot of leg and their shoulders are bare and stuff. Look at you guys; you're completely covered up
Come get on camera.
because they know you're both dumbasses
Yes.
who react to that.
She came in the room and literally all we did is like, wow, you look so beautiful.
She looks
today.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Show him the see-through. No, Shannon. He doesn't want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit down.
Look how beautiful she
Yeah,
is.
you're going to be sorry you did that because when you go to sleep, she's going to go and cut your schmeckle off.
Producers act like that one.
Now she's going to ask her friends, "What's the schmeckle?" Yeah, no, she knows.
Gene, I have another question for you. Based on the little that you know about Ryan and I, from the little conversation we had, what would be the best piece of advice you'd give us that would point us in the right direction to become a little bit better?
I think both you guys should come out.
You think we're bisexual by at
Nothing,
least?
nothing to be ashamed of.
Hey,
you
Gene,
should be proud.
I'm not putting up numbers like you, but I'm not homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm straight. I've tried. I've given it a valiant effort.
I told you before we started shooting about the
You tried
transgender
with your
blowjob.
friend on the left?
Him?
Yeah.
Well, we've shared the same woman before in the same scenario.
We've had threesomes with
Yeah,
girls.
and it just doesn't.
I thought you tried
No.
man meat.
Gene, I told you in trust before we started shooting that a transgender gave me a blowjob once and then showed me her penis later, but I thought it was a woman. And now you're using it against me?
I've heard it doesn't count if you spit it out, so I don't know these things.
So then maybe I should give it another try.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, Gene? On that subject, I read Steven Tyler's book, and he said that a lot of people in rock and roll, they got bored of having sex with so many women. I'm not asking you about you, but is it true that all these rock stars used to kind of fuck each other, the guys in the 70s?
Oh, God, I'd be the last one to know.
Okay.
I was too busy engorging myself in in a bakery. I don't know what anybody else was doing. But I had read that, sort of more English rockers were sort of looser with their
experimentation
I think
with the same sex.
I'm clear that Canadians and Americans especially are more, I don't know, more rigid. See what I just did there?
I get it. Rigid.
More rigid in their thinking of stuff.
Okay.
And we're not fluid unless you're talking about what comes out of our schmeckle.
It's true.
Sometimes I don't know what comes out of there either.
You have the clap, like you said.
Oh, shit.
So, Gene, everyone else, I ask people, what do you want me to ask Gene? They want to know when you're bringing back Family Jewels. I think you invented reality TV. I'm pretty sure it was the first big reality TV show.
And reality TV show hasn't been the same since as far as I'm concerned.
So, Gene, are you going to bring back your iconic show, Family Jewels, with your family? Because everyone loves it so much.
We are continuing touring. I know it's a crazy time out there, and without trying to tell anybody what to do, I don't want to be around you under 6 feet or 10 feet if you're not going to wear a mask.
Right.
Okay. So I was going to say, we're going back on tour. We took a little break, and we're going to be in Australia in March, and then going to South America, the whole continent, and then to Europe, and then coming back to North America. That includes Canada. It's probably going to be another 100 cities. By the time we're done, we'll be 300 to 400 cities.
Wow.
Having done. But after that, before 2023, we're done. We're getting off the stage and no longer touring.
No way, forever?
Forever.
Oh, my God.
And that's important because who and what we are is particular and peculiar, which is to say what we do sort of makes us the hardest working band in show business, period.
100%.
I love Alex and I love Getty and all the Canadian talent and everything. But if Getty got into my outfit with 7-8-inch platform heels and 40 pounds of additional armor, studs, and bass and stuff, and had to spit fire and fly through the air and walk around with an additional 40 pounds, my friend is going to pass out in half an hour. And I don't care if you're in Chilliwack or a foot in cold water, another Canadian band.
Love Chilliwack.
I don't care who you are, you can't do what we do physically.
No.
And so what that means is we also can't do what the Stones and blues people like B.B. King were to do, because B.B. King towards the end sat in a chair and played. Right. And we all love that, but that's not what we do. And
yeah, you bleed out of your mouth, you fly around, you have the biggest tongue, you wear the armor, it's a fucking...
Well, it's I got to tell you, it's physically exhausting.
It must be.
And so, as well it should be. And by the time we're done, I mean, I'm 72 now, and still a powerful and attractive man.
Yeah,
that's right.
But I think after a certain point, you want to stop. You should see me in real life. I'm stunning.
No, you're fine. Gene, you're fucking gorgeous. Actually, I'm not going to compliment you. You already think I'm a homosexual? Yeah. You're okay, Gene. You're fine. I don't know. I haven't been looking.
You think I'd be popular in jail?
I think you'd run the show.
Yeah, you'd walk in.
Are these jokes too mature and stuff? Because the female over there hardly smiles, doesn't get.
I don't think they can hear you.
They can't hear you. Yeah. That's why. Yeah. But only producers I can hear you, and he's dying laughing.
Yeah. He's been screaming.
Oh, I see.
Yes, yeah.
Well, please convince everybody else in the room I'm fucking hilarious.
He is fucking funny.
He's really funny.
He's on Fuego.
Yeah.
And yes, you do well in jail, Gene.
Yes.
It looks like I'm holding up my face, but that's just a pose.
Yes.
No, I don't know how you look so good, and I don't want to say you're old because you're not old, but you look
I
fucking.
don't don't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's the key.
There's nothing as boring as being 20 years old and being a loser. I don't care how old you are. I only care whether or not you pound it. You get up every day and take a look at life as the most beautiful girl, and you're pounding it every day. Work that hard.
Yeah,
I love that.
And on the day when you can't pound it, get off the stage and give somebody else a shot.
So, Gene, once you're done doing 400 cities all over the place, 2023, what are you going to focus on the most? Because you have a million businesses going on. We know that.
Well, that's precisely it. I've just surprisingly started a Gene Simmons Artworks, which is also trademarked. I started painting during the pandemic where we were up in Whistler and away from people. And just for the hell of it, I started painting and found myself debuting my art at the largest Las Vegas art gallery. And the thing sold out.
Holy
One of the
and that's
more
NFTs, right?
No, he paints.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Real canvas.
Jeez.
NFTs are coming, all that stuff. Anything with 3 letters, it's all coming, including, of course, the IRS.
Terry, pull it up on the video when we publish his paintings. And also, you're in Vegas.
Well, you can look it up. Go to Google and Schmoogle, just put in Gene Simmons art, and you'll see it.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And
you're doing a museum. Aren't you doing a museum?
One of the more expensive pieces went for $250,000.
Wow.
Like you need the money, Gene. I told you, celebrity net worth. But
how do you guys make money?
Sponsors.
Yeah.
Sponsors. And we have a marketing business.
Which helps fund it.
Yes.
You go to the supermarket and you market?
Yes.
I rip holes in my jeans to show off skin for money.
Yes.
Well, that's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what? Much like moneybag vodka, it's filtered through gold to remove all the impurities. I think Ryan and I need to take a trip through that filtering system just to figure our lives out, if you know what I mean.
But Gene, maybe ship your Canadian friends a painting so we can make a little bit just to hold us over.
Well, the Kimmel people, by the way, are going to be seeing this video because they want to know what's going on. Somebody just walked in and gave me the stink eye, which means I got to get off.
Okay.
We did 30 minutes.
One quick question with Liv Blay. Liv Blay here. We have a little segment called Ask and Answers. And she's just going to ask you one question, Gene, if you don't mind. Just one last question here. She's a beautiful model from Los Angeles, California, where you reside. Here we go.
Hi, Gene. How are you?
Terrific. Thank you.
So we have one question that Ryan really wants to know.
It's a fan question.
Do you think that your tongue is longer than the average man's penis?
Yes.
And can we see it on video?
I would. I'd stick my tongue out, but the floor is a little dirty.
Okay, well, thank you.
And you're too young to see it. It's horrific. It's horrible. It's like a monster that comes out of the ocean. It's really disgusting.
Gene Simmons, we want to say, honestly, we've been looking up to our whole lives. You're the biggest idol to us. The way you work hard, you're a rock star. What you've done with everything in your life, it's incredible. So thank you so much for supporting guys like us from Toronto. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated, Gene. You're great.
Yeah. This is Mr. Quickie at They Call Me Dark. I'm Ryan Pownell. Thank you for tuning in to Pillow Talk. We will see you next Tuesday.
Cunts.